My dear colleagues, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. It's a great pleasure to be here in this wonderful occasion. Friends, WCCI, that is Women and Childcare International, is an international organization. It has branches in the most of the countries. The motto of WCCI is equal rights for quality life. One of the vision of WCCI is ensure gender equality and the end of violence against women. Before we get started, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to all of you who generously helped to make this event possible today. On the whole, the status of women is very pathetic, not only in India but also overall the world. Recent data says that India became the most dangerous place for the women to live. In many countries, women's situation is very low. Gender equality is nowhere. Friends, you all have been chosen to be a part of our association due to a mutual passion for the upliftment of women. Yes, women should help women. First of all, we should talk about their issues, problems, etc. Nothing is better than something. Yes, we can join together. We can do something for our women, those who suffered a lot. I hope our continuous conversations will lead to guide them, help them, and to change their life in future. Well, I don't want to take much time. I need to leave and hand over this forum to Mr. Porselvi, the state coordinator of Women and Childcare International, Tamilnadu. She is a teacher in science with 23 years of teaching experience and also a writer, poet, as well as multi-talented personality. She is a district leader of Tamilnadu Science Forum. Welcome, Porselvi. Thank you.
മ്യൂട്ടാണ് Porselvi മ്യൂട്ടാണ്.
Hello, good evening to all.
Good evening. Yeah.
A warm welcome to you all. See, first of all, may I call upon Mrs. Victoria? Yes, she's working as a Panchayat Union Middle School teacher in Conchipuram district, Tamil Nadu. She's having 20 years of teaching experience. Beyond that, she is a very good singer, composer, dancer, theatre. A warm welcome to Mrs. Victoria. Welcome.
Hi everyone. Good evening all. Very good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. Yes. I'm very happy to see you all here. I would like to thank to first Ramadevi giving this good opportunity for me. She always have a conscious on women welfare. We spend 1 month together with her in some training programs. So again, happy to see her and you all here. Thank you. And I'm going to start my speech about women. The COVID-19 pandemic creating a profound shock worldwide. Is it true? No, it is not just a health issue, but it outbreak the social and economic and political systems. You all agree with it, I think. Isn't it, sisters? Really, this is very critical situation. This is audible, Rama?
Yes, ma'am, audible.
Yeah. Really, this is a really very critical situation for the human society. We suffered more and more during the pandemic period. Hello. We suffered more in this period, this pandemic period. While starting, that means in 2020, we never think we faced this much troubles, and now our lifestyles changed thoroughly by this pandemic situation. Now we especially highlight the impact of COVID on women's life. Yes, women faced many troubles in their lives. This past 2 years, they struggled with socially, economically, physically, and financially many problems. They faced high risks of economic insecurity. The spread of COVID-19 represents not just a public health crisis, but also an economic crisis too. This crisis has affected women's jobs, business, and incomes. In the year of 2020, 17 million women lost their jobs across the world. Those who started their new business, they also shut down their business due to poor economic. They don't get incentives in proper way, so they automatically close their business opportunities. Lacking of jobs lead to poverty, which will further result in poor health, malnutrition, and high dropout rates in schools also. Unemployment and economic hardship create stress in families, so there automatically raised violence among the family members too. In our Indian family system, we find unequal power in decision making. Heads of the families never consider the women and their suggestions. So many families destroyed by the misguidance, and this lead unhealthy habits among the family members like taking drugs and use alcohol. There we see in 80% of families, the male persons addicted to alcohol. This is very big crisis in families, especially in rural areas. Men earned very less money and he spent all for drugs and alcohol, and less amount he gave for the family needs. This is create many problems in families. So the family members get stress, anxiety, and many suicide attempts are commonly in women played many roles like mothers, caregivers, especially women spend more hours caring for their children, senior citizens in their family, and sick family members, and they do unpaid care work at home than men. And they not care about their health, so they suffer lots with anemic, malnutrition. During this pandemic, their share of unpaid care work grew by nearly 30% more. Girls than boys were left out of school during this pandemic period. Child marriages increased. Parents support this because of their family situations. But they don't know this marriages create an entire generation of young women without education and employment opportunities in the future. And the domestic violence is the one more big crisis in this time. Women organizations reported that they received more reports on domestic violence in this COVID period. Violence is not only physical, but emotional also. Lack of support from family members and parents or relatives, they depressed a lot. In 2020, 47% of women who lost their jobs and did not return to work by the end of the year too. In 2021, 80% of job losses raised among the rural women. This gives emotional stress and they are suffered mental illness automatically. This pandemic period, all age groups used internet. This is the big crisis nowadays. And they spend more time in front of computers and mobiles. Even in families, they isolated them in separate rooms. These also lead mental illness. Greater internet usage increased online gender-based violence and online sexual abuse of children, and especially among the girls. Pandemic, lockdown, social distance, strict mobility control, economic and social crisis. Along this, we survive our lives. However, the positive impact is there. It is work from home. Yes, this has opened up a new window as it allows flexibility to women to balance family and work responsibility. New trade opportunities have also opened up in digital network, and business have moved online. This gives some assurance and peaceful mind to the women who tried their best. Article 21 says right to live with dignity. So our only one request is government and NGOs give their support for the women welfare. Try to stop the gender-based violence, give incentives and financial support for women entrepreneurs for sustaining their business. So this is the time to we move together, we think together, we walk together, and together we lift our society in a better way. Thank you. Thank you, friends.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Also, I sent a lot.
Yeah, we have to join together and we have to solve the problem that you have said already. Yes, thank you. Next, may I call upon one of our sister, Saritha Joe. She is very people as a storyteller, not only to the but also to the pregnant ladies and patients in government hospitals. She belongs to Tamilnadu, Erode, Tamilnadu. Psychologist, social worker, RJ, writer, orator. Her famous books are Mandira Kiligilipai, Maramam, Anga Rakkanum, Peyavadu, Sasavadu, Ilari Tirigi Udam. Apart from that, she is the ambassador of Stand Population of India. That is for animal health and animal rights. Now I invite Sister Saritha Joe to deliver a speech. Welcome, Saritha.
Thank you, sister.
Saritha?
Thank you so much for your wonderful. Is it audible, ma'am? Audible?
Audible.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your wonderful intro, ma'am.
Thank you.
Very good evening to one and all present here. I would like to thank Ramadevi and team. Thank you so much
Yes.
giving me the wonderful opportunity. Hi. Thank you. Victoria ma'am has delivered wonderful speak about corona impact of women's life. After that, I would like to say some points in my view. The corona has caused and continues to cause more damages than the catastrophes caused by the two world wars. The last 2 years have seen economic crisis, job losses, overwork, health risk, depression, and tragedy and violence that we have never experienced before. The mental health effects of the not limited man, no children and women were left out. Compare man affected women. Impact of corona epidemic on this mental health of women and children is for more than men. It has not been discussed enough. Sadness, fear, uncertainty, social isolation, increased electric devices, computer uses for children's side. Economic problem, health problem, taking care of children and elders of the family, online classes, householding, work from home, etc. Compared with man, so many problem handling women with stressful. Shall we discuss a few points? Here I have some questions with discuss you. My first question is, how has COVID-19 impacted women's employment in India? Anybody wants to answer this? You may answer.
They lost.
Yes, pardon?
Victoria, ma'am?
Yes, they lost their jobs.
Yes.
Economically, they suffered a lot.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that is the main.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely right. Thank you so much.
Less salary, ma'am.
Yes, less salary.
No income.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. As per MC Kinsey and Company survey, before COVID-19, women had slowly been making some progress in the workplace. Between 2015 January and 2019 December, the number of women in senior vice president position increased from 23 to 28% in after COVID, that is decreased. They gave the survey all the category of the women employees, all are decreased after COVID-19. I have another question also. Has COVID-19 increased violence against women in India?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Victoria.
No doubt.
No doubt. Victoria ma'am also said about this. Thank you so much. As the COVID-19 lockdowns trapped women at home with their abusers, domestic violence rate spiked throughout the world. In Indian reports of domestic violence, child marriage, cyber violence, and trafficking of women and girls increased within the first few months of pandemic. Yes, of course. According to the National Commission of Women data, India recorded a 2.5 times increase in domestic violence between February to May 2020. Some women's organizations reported that in the first 4 phases of lockdown, they received more reports of domestic violence than they had into the last 10 years for a similar period of time. Others indicated that many women were unable to report the violence as they had less privacy and means to access help. The Indian government classified domestic violence, shelter and support as essential and important step into COVID-19 response. During the first and the second waves of the pandemic, 700 one-stop crisis centers supporting over 3 lakhs women who suffered abuse and needed shelter, legal aid and medical attention. Compared with the reports of before COVID-19, so many child marriage have happened, mostly rural areas with parents' support also. My another question is here. Are women and girls at more risk of contracting COVID-19 than men?
Please the question again.
Are women and girls at more risk of contracting COVID-19 than men?
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course. Thank you so much, ma'am. Since women in India spend more hours carrying the children, the elderly and sick family members, and most other personal protective equipments are often designed and sized for men only. Most of the time, men only. Women may be at risk more exposure to the virus. Women may find it difficult to go to the vaccination centers alone. There may be preference for male family members to get vaccinated first.
True.
Families obtaining needed health care and balancing work and family responsibilities in this pandemic time. As per Indian mentality, parenting is women's fault. If any child character is spoiled, women are blamed for that. Okay. We are going to positive side also. Yes, Victoria ma'am said, so many entrepreneurs enter the business world, women entrepreneurs. Basically, no space given for women in the technical side. But this pandemic gave to improve their technical skills also. They used the social media in this COVID-19 period very useful. At the same time, through social media, established their talents and promote their business also. Women earn through their talent. This is the chance for knowing their inner talent. So many women started a new business and YouTube channel also. Me too started YouTube channel. At the same time, women missed their family function and festivals. Festivals and family functions are outlet for the women's life. This pandemic gave the lesson for the importance of saving. But women learned how to handle the bad situation from this COVID-19. Some of men understanding their life partners' struggles and work burden. Spending time with family members, especially children. Finally, I am going to talk about my life, the impact of COVID-19. Yes, I am a storyteller for the past 5 years. But this pandemic gave me the wonderful opportunity through Zoom. Yes, I done over 200 programs through Zoom in various countries also. I have started YouTube channel. I started to write stories. I have released a book, 4 books in this pandemic time. I have started Skill Bear, my company. So through this company, I conducted storytelling workshop, pregnancy storytelling workshop for story writing in basic level students. Overall, this pandemic enriched me. Thank you so much giving me the wonderful opportunity. Once again, thank you so much, Ramadevi Akka and Porselvi sister. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Saritha.
Thank you, sister. Thank you.
Very nice.
Clear வரல உங்களோட voice is not clear.
Yes.
You work what? No, it's clear. Audible. It's audible. Hello.
Now it's audible.
It's audible. Okay.
Yes, continue, Rama.
Hello. Saritha, your speech is excellent.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. In another means for the children, you have to contribute by your storytelling. For the children.
Once again.
Hello.
ரெண்டு பேர் at the time இருக்கறனால echo.
For the children, you have to say you have to engage with your storytelling.
Storytelling.
Okay, Geeta Rama. Geeta from Kerala. Geeta. Yes, Geeta. About this topic. What situation is in Kerala?
Ramadevi and Victoria ma'am, Saritha ma'am, Porselvi ma'am, all of you, namaskar.
Namaskar.
The impact of COVID life in women's, the introducing the subject to the touch the all fields affected by the pandemic, Saritha and Victoria. In women in India, women in India are facing a lot of stress in this period. Is first one in income loss. Already said Victoria ma'am and Saritha ma'am, income loss. As we are not able to go out freely, there is a huge loss of income in the family. Which makes it very difficult to make the both ends meet. Then another one, at any time we may fall victim to infection, thereby hospitalization and quarantine problems. Then another one, school and colleges are closed, thereby children are at home, which hampers their educational career and are not in a position to contest for competitive examination. We are not able to meet our relatives and friends physically, which causes a great anxiety and stress concern. Another problem in education field in the most affected, and teachers are most worried about their students and are not coming up to the mark. Then another problem, students have almost become addicted to the mobile phone. That is very, very vigilant in the family, especially mothers. In Kerala, the government has allowed lactating mothers to work from home with the attending the offices, which is bliss to the ladies. Lactating mothers and pregnant women to work from home. And teachers, teachers and other services without attending the offices, which is bliss to the ladies. Then positive factors, Saritha ma'am and Victoria ma'am said, improving technique skills. The mothers and other ladies are attending so many Zoom seminars, so many Google Meets, awareness class they attended with my children. That is the very positive. The awareness also, cancer awareness, then day celebrations and Republic Day celebrations, so many. The awareness class they attended. Then Saritha ma'am said the YouTube channel. Each and every students start the YouTube channel for 1, 2, 3 thoughts. Then so many like. Then mothers are they created the YouTube channel without the help of students in cooking. That's all. Then other positive trends. So many families are starting family group WhatsApp and family group. They are performing so many entertainment program. Our childrens and others in posted in the family group. They entertained so many ways, other ways. That is our then conclude my speech. So many stress comparatively, man, women are so many stress like when their children are so many counseling classes going to. So that is the one point. Okay, thank you for our giving opportunity to Ramadevi. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Geeta. Excellent. Okay, thank you so much. Sisters, many of our, due to some technical problems, I created a new link. So many of our sisters couldn't attend the program and they are in the queue, but I couldn't join them. I don't know what is the problem there. So, this is our first effort. In the next meeting, we will do everything better, I hope. Now, I call Porselvi, our host, to say a few words regarding this topic. Welcome, Porselvi.
Thank you, Rama. Thank you. Once again, I want to you all. See, most of you have touched about all the fields. I won't say new things. I think, even though I try to say the impact women's in career. Yes, wage inequality and the part of unpaid care has moved women out of unemployment and turn into poverty. And domestic violence during this lockdown, gender issues and challenges during this period. As the COVID-19 lockdowns trapped women at home with abuses, domestic violence, throughout the world. In India, reports of domestic violence, child marriage, cyber violence, and trafficking of women and girls are increased. Yes, Victoria said in her speech. She gathered a lot of data. She touched almost all the points: economic insecurity, employment, violence amongst the family. Most of the number of persons are addicted to alcohol. That is indirectly affected the family. Child marriage, physical and emotional violence against women, and she said 47% of women lost their job. Yes, it's true only. When we come across almost all the programs, online sexual abusing is the most important one, I think. Yes, the current draft of anti-trafficking bill that will be tabled soon in the parliament is a welcome step, as it is set to increase penalties for perpetrators and make reporting of such crimes mandatory. We have to look after this problem. My question is, show most of the problems, isn't it? So how can we get rid of these problems? We show more number of problems now. So number of problems are affected. Women, in women's life, women are also affected a lot during this pandemic period. Our question is, how can we get rid of the problems? Yes, we can discuss. Victoria, ma'am.
We give some counseling programs, yes, through online, like that. And government helps to create some availabilities to the, mainly for women welfare. They prepared some some kind of assignments and implement it for the welfare of women.
So it will be done through colleges, schools, or through. How can we give that whole thing?
Ladies, that societies know what we said. மகளிர் சுய உதவிக்குழுக்கள். In English, I don't know what the term. மகளிர் சுய உதவி குழுக்கள். That means, yes, they implement there and they take over that schemes through that groups.
Saritha sister, do you have any ideas? Hello? Meeting is not responding. Saritha sister? Okay.
Okay, Sharmila, do you want to say anything? Sharmila? Sharmila, do you want to say anything?
Rama, I want to say one more thing, Rama.
Yes, Victoria.
Yes, through NGOs also we implement some ideas to improve the women society.
Yes.
NGOs.
NGOs. Yes, NGOs we can do. Yes, already WCCI is itself an NGO only, non-profit organization only. Okay, we will do. Okay, sister. Thank you so much to all my sisters to make this session. Even though there are some problems, technical problems we meet, then it is a program I hope. I'm really the program in the hospital days. I'm really seminars and special events that you will be able to join us in the following days.
No, voice breaking.
Some different, you can take some different initiatives through planned activities, seminars and special events that you will be able to join us and get hands-on experiences. I hope these will help us to be more productive and smart. Today we learned many things and we came to know lots of messages from our members, Saritha, Victoria and Porselvi, and also unexpected meet in the next conversation. Thank you for your cooperation. Thank you so much. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you, Saritha.
Thank you, my friends. Bye.
Sharmila, thank you. Okay.
Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We will do once in 15 days we meet and we will discuss more things. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Rama. Thank you, Victoria ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, Saritha ma'am.
This video
Thank
will
you,
be
Porselvi,
on
Porselvi.
YouTube.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sister. Ramadevi sister, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Thank you all.
Okay. Have a good day.
Gita ma'am, Victoria ma'am.
Have
Bye.
a
May I leave it?
yes.
Ah,